There are many systems across the world currently, and there is a system that may develop within the next week and may threaten the United States. I will go over the system in this video. It's TBF Cyclone, Friday, August 8th, 2025. I'm going to start off with the Atlantic Basin. Starting with Invest 96L, I no longer expect this to develop. The models are not showing it developing anymore, but it does currently have 30 mile an hour sustained winds, and the chance has gone down from 60 to 40% chance of development in the next 7 days. And again, I do not expect it to develop. The models are no longer showing it developing. And Disturbance 1, although it may look like it's starting to get a circulation a little bit, I do not expect it to develop. The chances are going down for that one as well. So, two systems that failed to develop that originally I thought were going to develop, but then they didn't end up developing. And then Dexter, these are the the post-tropical remnants of Dexter. They're currently estimated to be around 70 miles an hour, which is pretty strong. There hasn't been a storm that's strong in the Atlantic this year. And that doesn't even count because it's a post-tropical system. Tropical Storm Ivo currently has 60 mile an hour winds and is no longer forecast to reach hurricane intensity, but it is forecast to get pretty close at 70 miles an hour. If it does get any stronger than that, that is Category 1 hurricane intensity. And then Tropical Storm Henriette kind of has an interesting track, an interesting forecast to it. First of all, now that it's crossed 140 degrees west, it is now in the Central Pacific. So now the Central Pacific Hurricane Center, which is in Honolulu, is tracking this system rather than the National Hurricane Center, which is in Miami. Anyway, it's weakened slightly. It currently has 40 mile an hour sustained winds. Last I checked, it was at 45, and then which I checked yesterday, and then it's weakened since then. It may have gone weakened and strengthened, then weakened a little bit. And then it is forecast to dissipate. I haven't really seen this in a storm before, where it's forecast to dissipate, and then it's forecast to redevelop into a tropical storm and then further intensify into a hurricane. So this is going to be an interesting system. And even 5 days out, this isn't forecast to fully dissipate. So I'll be watching this. I don't expect it to hit land though. Tropical Storm Podal currently has 50 mile an hour sustained winds and is forecast to reach a peak intensity of 85 miles an hour before hitting Taipei. And then that is Category 1 strength. It is weaker. It is forecast to not get as strong as it was forecast to yesterday. But it is still forecast to reach typhoon strength, so I'll be watching that closely. And then Invest 96W, the Philippines have already named it, but the Philippines isn't really official. It has 15 mile an hour sustained winds and a low chance of development in the next 24 hours, and I don't think it'll develop. And then AWO, which was in the southern hemisphere, southwest Indian Ocean, it has officially dissipated, and that is no more. I'm going to go over the forecast models for another system that may threaten the United States. We're still way out in time, so I'm not sure if it could hit or not, but I'll be watching very closely on what the system does. It's possible it hits the United States, or it's possible it hits the Caribbean, or it's possible it turns away since we're way out in time, and there are so many more model runs to come, which can change the forecast a lot. I'm still not sure what's going to happen. So if you look at the bottom of your screen, this is the European model. They show it developing. And then it quickly, maybe not quickly, but it does get organized eventually once it passes the north of the Caribbean. And then it quickly intensifies maybe into a Category 2 or Category 3 hurricane. And then it starts to weaken a little bit as it gets close to the United States. And as you can see, the European forecast model is showing it having a really large eye. Again, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. They do show it getting really close to land. And I do think this one will get pretty close to land. Maybe not necessarily make a landfall, but it's possible it can make a landfall, so we'll see what happens. I'll be keeping a very close eye on this. And then they don't go out far enough in time to really see if it does make a landfall or not. It just stops there. And then the American forecast model, this has a bit of a scarier scenario, which I don't know, this might happen. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So they start out, there's nothing going on, and then you look at the bottom of your screen. They show this quickly developing, into a strong tropical storm, and it's moving fast across the Atlantic also. It's already it moves halfway across the Atlantic in a day. And then it's quickly intensifying, and then it moves between Cuba and Florida, which could bring some devastating impacts to the Florida Keys. It makes landfall in the Bahamas. Again, I'm not sure if this will happen, but if it did, this would be pretty devastating, and it just keeps strengthening. And then maybe even hitting Houston, which they got hit by Hurricane Beryl last year. And Houston was hit hard by Beryl. A lot of that area was hit hard. So yeah, I'll be tracking all of these systems. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see ya.